Okay, well, I know that y'all seem to know each other, but I don't think we all know each other. So, um, my name's Ashley Nix, and obviously my accent is very different than y'all. And I really use the word y'all way too much. And I'm not from Texas. I'm from Georgia and have lived here all my life. And it's the vegetable of heaven. So if you want to experience hot, cold, and all four seasons, this is where you need to come, Lisa. Um, okay, so I appreciate all of you guys hopping on tonight, and we're going to respect your time. But I do want to just kind of share why that plexus is something that can help you in your health and how it can help you. I'm a homeschool mom of five children. I used to be a public school teacher before I was a homeschool mom, and so I like to explain things on a level that everybody can understand and make it simple. But there's a lot of really sciencey reasons as to why Plexus works. And we're not going to get into all that unless that's just really what you love. But there's a pretty simple reason as to why this works and why it works for everybody, because it's something that we all need. So let me I guess I'll just tell you a little bit about myself first too, as we get started. Like I said, I have five children, but when still had three children 6 years ago, I was just a very tired mom. You know, most moms are tired. And I thought, well, I'm getting older. I was like 29. I'm like, I guess this is just what it feels like to be older and and you're just tired. And I had three little boys and they were very active boys. And but then I had this friend of mine who I dearly loved, and she had five at the time, and she was like, "Oh, I'm still doing good because I'm taking this Plexus stuff. I can like keep going after the kids go to bed at night." And I'm like, "What in the world? What are you doing? I need some of that." So for a really long time, I just thought about it because we really weren't in a financial place where I could do anything like that at all. And so I bought the probiotic from her because I knew the value of good gut health. And I was already going to the health food store because I had this problem. My husband had health issues. And so I was already researching natural things, and because obviously all we were getting from the doctor was a bunch of band-aids. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with doctors because I believe in them. They help me and my children, but it was just not addressing the problem at all. And so we were seeking natural things. And like I said, I spent any extra money that I had on like essential oils, probiotics. I was buying the expensive probiotics from the health food store. And I knew we were doing good things, but it just wasn't really having any results. And so that's why I was talking to my friend, and she was saying she was having results with this product. And I'm like, hmm. So I did all my investigation work and talked to her for months and months, months. And I finally just was like, you know what? We've tried everything else. We're just going to give this a try. And I did not expect it to help like it did. I immediately started to feel better. But remember, I wasn't really the problem, it was my husband. He was sick all the time because he was a public school teacher. But you don't have to get everything that comes through the door as a public school teacher, because I wasn't. I did not get sick all the time. He did. So obviously his immunity was far lower than mine. And he had these severe back issues. Like he could still go to work every day, but nobody really knew because he was really good at hiding them, and he still is today. But he has severe scoliosis, and so that already was putting him in a bad place. But he had also like fractured his back at some point in his life and didn't know it, and it had healed incorrectly. Just had a bone spur, all kinds of inflammation in his back, crazy stuff going on, and that we were going to the chiropractor for 3 days a week. And, that gets really expensive. So, like I said, all my extra money was going to helping him naturally, doing the best I could, and wasn't getting us anywhere. And then we were spending every ounce of extra money because he was a teacher. We were a single income family. It was rough. And so putting Plexus into that picture was not what we thought. Well, he tried the products, and within he cramped at night in his back. Like he would wake up with these like cramp, like when your leg cramps or something like that, except it was all in his back. And it would just throw him out of bed. I mean, he would be on the floor like groaning, in the middle of the night, and couldn't go back to sleep after that. So he wasn't getting any sleep. He couldn't even sleep in the bed. So within when he started Triplex, which is what I'm going to be talking about in just a second, within just I don't know, maybe about 2 weeks. Like things take different amounts of times for everybody. Our bodies are all different. We're all made of different things. We all come into things from a different foundation. And so within about 2 weeks, I used to step on his back every day. He's like, step on my back, step on it here, do this, try to pop this. And so I stepped on his back and it was like, huh, that popped. Like that moved. And it never hardly ever moved. I mean, he was always so tight back there. And so it started to move. And I noticed that to begin with. And he was like, huh, I don't feel so bad. And the inflammation was beginning to go down in his back because our pink drink that I'm going to talk about tonight actually helps with that. But he also had IBS. And probably within about a month, he was starting to notice, I'm not going to the bathroom all the time. And, some people go too much, some people go too little. And Plexus has a way of balancing us out. And you're going to see from what I'm going to talk about tonight that the reason for that is because we oftentimes find ourselves in a place where the good and the bad bacteria inside of our gut are not in a good place. And so whenever he started addressing that, he started to actually see improvement in that. And he no longer struggles with that at all. It's just normal. It's normalized him. I was normal before and I'm still normal now. So Plexus didn't like turn me into some like crazy go to the bathroom person. It's just it balances everybody and kind of works to fit your body. So I have a little PowerPoint, but I don't have to turn that on because I like visuals. Remember, I'm a teacher. I can show y'all a picture of something. Like I said, let me finish what I was talking about. I'm sorry. Within a few weeks, he's began to see those things change. I began to feel more energy throughout the day. And then we also give it to our children. There's parts of our products that my children take. We have a kids line, and it got to the place where my children were before we started Plexus, I used to joke and say that I had paid for the doctor's chairs in the waiting room because I had been there so much. I mean, like we lived there. I was out of church all the time because my kids were sick all the time. And I know when they're little, they're building their immune system. But this was like excessive. Like we've had tubes multiple times and, all these different things that it was getting to the point where it was all the time. And when we started our kids on Plexus, the products we use for gut health and the kids line, it got to the point where we no longer went back to the doctor. It was like, it had been like 2 years since they'd even had a checkup. And I'm like, I'm sorry. We probably need to come in and just do a weight check, make sure we're growing right. So it's just amazing how it's really helped our whole family. And so I want to talk about you though. So I'm going to show you a picture and I want you to see about how many things on this picture that you can relate to. I didn't do share my screen. Hang on just a second. I'm sorry. I'm out of practice, obviously. Okay, so can y'all see this? Okay. So if you can see this, I'm going to make it just a little bit bigger. All right, I want you to look at that and I want you to think about how many of those can you relate to? And I'm sorry, I'm trying to move this thing out of the way. Okay, just look over it. Think about how many you can say, okay, that's me. So I could definitely have seen a lot of those. I wasn't as bad a health as my husband, but I could definitely have seen a lot of those for him. And a lot of times when we think about gut health, we think, oh, that's somebody who has trouble going to the bathroom or people who go to the bathroom too much. In fact, it's not just that. That is part of it for some people. Some people it manifests itself in that way. But this is how it manifests itself in your body. It's going to look differently for everybody. So just the fact that we've done so much and research about the gut, we've learned that the gut is really kind of like the foundation of your health. 70 to 80% of your immunity is found there. It is linked to issues with the brain. Look at all these things, skin issues. Like a lot of times what's going on in our skin is a result of what's going on inside of our gut. There are more little bitty microbes inside of your gut than there are cells inside of your whole body. I mean, it is like it's like its own like kingdom in there. Okay. There's all kinds of good and bad bacteria. And so a lot of times the things that we do to our body lead us down a bad path. And a lot of it is the fact that you live in the great United States of America. And so I have another little thing here for you to look at. Why did you get here? A lot of times it's because of the standard American diet. We have so much sugar that we consume. And if you would just look at the little nutrition facts on the side of your cereal box or anything else that you're putting into your body, if you see 4 grams of sugar in a serving, that is a teaspoon of sugar. So you've got my creamer that I put in my coffee every morning's got 4 grams of sugar in one serving. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like just pouring another spoonful of sugar in there. And imagine if you put like 5 or 6 servings of that in. That's just how easy it is to ingest that much sugar, and it's wreaking havoc on our guts, on our bodies. Even birth control is something that can throw off the balance in your gut. Stress is huge. Processed foods, and then overuse of antibiotics. Unless you need one, don't get one. If you can ward it off, then learn ways. There are natural ways to ward things off so that you can hopefully prevent those things. But thank the Lord that we do have them when we do need them, right? Okay, so think about your gut like a garden. Like I kind of was telling you, your gut is almost like its own little, it is like a kingdom in there. And we continue to learn more and more about the type of microbes that are in your gut and how they help. So I'm a gardener. I live in Georgia and I grow a garden, and it's one of my favorite things that I do all year, but it's a lot of work. And the first thing that you do when you do a garden is you got to get the bad stuff out. When the land that we live on used to be owned by a man who had a driveway business. So you can imagine what we had: a bunch of rocks, and it was horrible. And we've lived here now for like 13 years and we're still pulling rocks out of our garden because he stored all of his driveway materials here. So that's kind of like what we come into with Plexus sometimes. Like we've been doing some damage to our bodies for so long, and we have to pull all that bad stuff out. And so this product is what I believe is like the shining star of Plexus right here, because it's something that you will not find anywhere else. Remember, I was buying those expensive probiotics from the store, but it did not have what this little thing has inside of it. It's called Probiotic 5 because it has 5 wonderful, good gut microbes that are going to go in. Okay, you're going to put some good stuff in. But the important thing is that it's going to take the bad out. So remember, I told you, you got to take the rocks out. This is going to take out the bad guys and help restore balance to your guts. You got to take out the bad, put in the seed. Okay, so think about our garden analogy again, taking out the weeds, taking out the rocks, and then we're going to put the seed in. And then let's imagine that my husband took all the rocks and put them in the back of our John Deere Gator, and he's going to take them out. Okay, and that's what happens whenever we use the bathroom. Okay, we're taking everything bad out that our body doesn't need. And a lot of people get scared about this product because they're like, oh, BioCleanse, that's like going to put me in the bathroom for the next week. And it's going to be like a cleanse. But this is not what this is. This is just doing what your body's already doing. It's assisting your body in the cleansing. It's doing already. But there are a lot of people who do struggle with constipation, and they get a lot of help with this product. And so if you are one of those people, you may have to take like 4 to 6 of these a day if it's a very hard thing for you to go to the bathroom. So don't be afraid. But you might just be a person like me who's like, I'm good with 1 or 2 every day, and it's not a big deal. But this is a powerhouse of magnesium. And if you are a person who goes to the doctor regularly, you know that doctors all recommend magnesium. It's good. It's good for every cell in your body. It helps with sleep, helps with restroom habits, helps with your muscles, helps with all kinds of things. I could go on and on about that. So we've got the bad things out of the garden. We put in the seed. We've taken the rocks out. And now we're going to fertilize it. And this is, I don't know if y'all can see, I'm sorry if the words are being covered up, but Slim is our pink drink that you've probably seen a lot of on Facebook or social media or whatever, or maybe even tried it yourself. So there's 2 of these that you can try, but this one is the one that the picture is of, and it's about your microbiome, and it's about, it's got prebiotics in it. So microbiome activating. It has prebiotics that are like fertilizer on the good seed that are inside of your gut. So like Miracle Grow, it's going to feed the good. And so that's going to inhibit the growth of the bad, right? You're already helping with the bad with the Probiotic 5. You're taking the bad out with the BioCleanse, and you're fertilizing the good. But this also helps with blood sugar. And, you know, a lot of people think, oh, I'm not a diabetic, so I don't really need that. When I was pregnant, I wasn't diabetic either. And they sure did check my blood sugar a lot. And when my babies were born, they weren't diabetics, but they sure did check those babies' blood sugar a lot because it's important. And they check it every time you go for your checkup because they're watching to make sure that your body is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And that is the mama of your body. And when mama's happy, everybody's happy. And so that's why whenever you take this product, a lot of women and men, I know we got some guys on here, a lot of guys actually. I heard 2 guys talking. Let me let you in on a little secret. Sometimes when my husband is grumpy, I'm like, did you take your pink drink today? And he's like, no, I didn't do that. I'm like, I'll go mix it up. I'll do it for you. Okay, so seriously, y'all, I can tell the difference in him, and I bet he can probably, well, he don't have to tell the difference in me because I drink mine every day. But anyway, helps with your blood sugar, and whenever that is happy inside of your body is much more balanced. You're not going up and down like a roller coaster all day long, trying to fight that battle of keeping your blood sugar balanced. So a lot of women have more energy, better sleep at night, and you're also getting blood sugar cravings like go way down, if not disappear. I mean, like if you're a sugaraholic, you're gonna feel like you're gonna look at sugar and it's not even gonna be the same. Weight loss. A lot of women on this call have lost weight. But if you are like a healthy weight, you may find that you didn't lose anything. You may even find that if you're underweight, that you gain weight. It's just amazing how it all balances things out. Okay, so that's called the triplex. So when you have the Probio 5, the BioCleanse, and the Slim, that is called the triplex. Now, if there's another one that you can choose from called the Hunger Control Slim, and you can get these in different flavors too. So the person that invited you will help you figure out which flavor to start with, but they're all really good. But if you notice this one's a lot bigger, it's because it has a fiber in it that will help you keep full longer. The only thing missing from this one though is that it does not have the prebiotics. Okay, so prebiotics are feeding the good bacteria and probiotics are the good bacteria. But you just don't get that in the Hunger Control, but you get that in the microbiome one. Okay, so I believe that that's all that I have to say. I did want to add one thing to our story though from the beginning, and I actually don't even have a bottle of it right now. Oh my goodness. Ease is really what helped my husband's back. So if there's anybody on here, I know that we're all getting older and you know we all have joint issues sometimes or inflammation issues. The product that really sealed the deal for him on top of the triplex was the Ease. And that is a product that has turmeric, bromelain, which is the skin of a pineapple, and all these 5 ingredients that are all geared toward reducing inflammation. And it is like packs the punch against inflammation. I took it after I had babies. Like I've seen amazing things happen after Plexus with just different areas of my health. But Ease has been what my husband takes every day. He's walking around right now. I joke and I say, you want to say hey? You just want to wave. I joke and say my husband's also a pastor, and I joke and say that Plexus is what is keeping him like standing up straight because I don't even know where we'd be right now. We probably have been down the surgery route many times with his back. I don't even know. But right now it's keeping him where he is and he's able to do more. He runs like several miles a day and it is completely different. And he can sleep in his bed all night long. So I'm gonna stop talking, and I'm gonna let whoever's going next. They know who's going next, and I'm gonna be quiet. I'm gonna stop sharing.
All right, I'll go ahead and give my testimony. And I grabbed the Ease because I had it. My husband takes this. This was huge because he had chronic shoulder pain from lifting for so many years. And he had bone spurs. So the inflammation was really bad in his shoulder. And with the triplex that we take daily, and he would take the Ease, that took the inflammation out and the shoulder pain that he was having. I mean, for I want to say 10 plus years. 95% of it, I would say, went away just because of that inflammation. The other thing I grabbed too is the Vital Biome, because this is my staple. I suffered with severe anxiety and depression. I'll touch on my testimony here in a second, but this helped big time. This is all this is extra probiotic strains that help colonize the good probiotics you're putting in with that ProBio 5 that help relieve the anxiety and stress feelings. So this is a game changer for me, along with that triplex that Ashley was talking about. But real quick with my testimony, I'm Sarah, by the way. I haven't even introduced myself. Most of you know me on here. But I was in a car wreck back in 2017 that did a lot of damage to my body, left me with a broken back, a punctured lung, and a broken foot. So I had so much to focus on with getting that healed that I didn't even realize that my mental state was just spiraling out of control. 4 months later, found out I was pregnant, went through pregnancy. I mean, all kinds of changes happened in my body over a year's time. And the list that she showed earlier, I had about half of those symptoms. And the biggest ones that were debilitating for me were my moods, the anxiety. That was the biggest thing, because it was hurting my relationships. I was like a hurt dog, and my brain was not in a healthy state. I couldn't process things very quickly. Found out later I had a traumatic brain injury through the car accident. I had severe brain fog. I went to all kinds of specialists. One told me that I had early signs of dementia, and that's what my dad had passed away from. So I just thought, okay, all hope is lost. And I'm a Christian too. So it's hard. It's hard when you have your faith and you have everyone praying for you, and it's like, okay, I'm just withering away, and so the depression sank in, anxiety, but God had answers, and he answered those prayers in ways that only God can. He goes above and beyond when he answers those prayers. I not only got healing from getting my gut healthy, getting to the root cause of it all. I gained a whole community of friendships. This completely turned my health around. All those symptoms that were on that list, minus the high blood pressure. I still struggle with high blood pressure from time to time, but it has definitely helped it quite a bit. And not to say that I have all perfect days, because let's be honest, nobody can have a perfect day all the time. We're in a spiritual battle. This does not take away the spiritual warfare. Got to pray, got to be walking with the Lord. But I have way more good days than I had bad. I have energy like I never had before. The brain fog went away, the mood swings, the anxiety. God answered my prayers in abundant ways, and the friendships that have come through this, and you just can't put a price on that. And talking about price, the other beautiful thing about this company too, is that you can share something to help others in their health journey, and also make a business out of it if you want, or get your products paid for. I started off where I just wanted to get my products paid for. So I shared with 3 people, and then more people, and more, and you just want to, you want to help people feel better. So you are going to talk about it no matter what. And the fact that Plexus pays you on top of that, it's a win-win. So that's my testimony in a nutshell. I could say a whole lot more. I am going to hand it off to Julia, because they did come out with a weight loss system that Kenneth and I did this past summer when it came out. That's amazing. It's called the Reset. Kenneth lost 15 pounds in those 3 days. They keep coming out with all these new products, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I want everything. It's all awesome. But out of all of it, that the gut health system, the triplex, is the big one. That's the game changer. And that's the one that I really point people to, because when you get to the root cause, all these other things just start to happen. It's not Plexus. I heard this quote that I love. Plexus is not the miracle. It's our bodies that are the miracle. God made us fearfully and wonderfully. Plexus just helps us get us back to our original factory settings. So I'm going to hand it over to Julia. She's going to talk more about the Reset and the different ways that you can purchase.
Okay. So I actually have a Reset. I'm trying to work my camera, but I'm using my computer. So the reset is a 3-day fully nutritionally supported fast. Everything that you consume in the 3 days is in this nice little box, and I'm going to open it so you can see it as well. I'll be starting, this will be my second reset. So my personal testimony that I can give regarding the reset is that it did some surprising things for me, and then some things that I anticipated from hearing other people's stories. So one that I anticipated was some weight loss, which I did experience a significant amount of weight loss in those 3 days, and was able to maintain that weight loss even after continuing to follow up on taking my supplements the way that I need to. Second, I lost inches, which normally, comes along with losing weight, but in the main areas, I lost a significant amount of inches as well, which was a really great feeling, to feel a little looser in my clothes and things like that. Some surprising things that I never would have thought a metabolism reset could do was I had a real clarity of my thinking process, which I was, I deal with ADD. I'm never medicated, never really officially diagnosed, but I was able to really capture all my thoughts and think so much clearer and be more focused. And then the biggest thing, and my mom can attest to this, I love to sleep. There is nothing I love more than to sleep, but I don't like to wake up. But after I did the reset, I found myself actually waking up before my alarm even went off in the morning. And at first I was like, that's strange. I must have gone to bed early. But I realized this is happening. And even now, months later, after I did my initial reset, there's many mornings I'm waking up before my 6 o'clock a.m. alarm goes off, which is just crazy. But in the box, everything is very well organized. So you have day 1, day 2, and day 3 in the box. And again, everything you eat is in the box, and it comes with very simple instructions. I don't know if you all can see that, a breakdown of how you start your routine and how you take it. But I really feel like doing the reset as an initial step to restoring your health is so beneficial. But everything that you need is in the box. You just open the box and everything you eat for the day is in here. So early morning, you start with our hydrate, which helps to replenish all of your electrolytes and keep you hydrated. And then for breakfast, you're going to drink our Lean Whey milk chocolate shake. I just mix mine in water. I honestly feel like it tastes like brownie batter. It's the best thing ever. I love it. And I don't like all protein shakes, but this one I really love. And then late morning, Ashley talked about this guy a little bit. This is our Hunger Control Slim, which has that extra fiber in it, which helps keep you full throughout the day. So I did not feel hungry at all when I did this 3-day fast. And then for lunch, you're going to drink a collagen bone broth. Again, I just mixed this with water. I put it in my blender just because I wanted to make sure there were no lumps. And I would pre-blend it in the morning, take it to work and heat it up in the microwave and just shake it. It was great. I added a little bit of garlic. That's all I did to that. And then your mid-afternoon snack, you have 2 different things. So here is a matcha bar, which I had never had matcha before. And I will say it was very good. I really enjoyed that. And it was nice to chew something. So that was a nice little treat. And then along with that, I take my active, and this is the peach mango. Nope. The starfruit guava, which is one of my favorite flavors of our active, which gives you a nice, clean, healthy energy throughout the day. And then for dinner, you're going to have a collagen tomato soup, which is also very good. I think I added some garlic to that as well, which you can do, add some little seasonings, but you just mix it with water, and I put that in my blender as well, just because I want to make sure I was having no lumps. But a lot of people use like the shaker bottles and stuff like that, and they say that worked great for them. And then before bed is our Restore drink, which basically does exactly what it says. It restores your body, so that while you're sleeping, everything is recovering and you wake up refreshed and ready to go for your day. So I just feel like starting with the reset is a great plan, because it basically is exactly what it says. It helps you pave the way to, really meeting your healthcare goals. So that is the reset in a very quick version. And if you're interested more in that, of course, I can take more time to talk to you about that and the specific products that are in it. But I know the last thing that I have on my agenda to talk about are different ways that you can order. And whoever introduced you to or invited you to this Zoom can help you through this process as well, or I'm happy to help you, or Sarah, Ashley, any of us, Nikki, any of us are very happy to help you. But right now, Plexus is offering a 10% off if on your initial welcome pack order. And we also can provide an additional $20 off payment voucher to help you get started on your first welcome pack order. So we're very excited to be able to do that. And another great thing right now is that Plexus has discounted our yearly membership fee. So just like you go to Sam's Club and you pay a yearly membership fee, but you pay quite a significant amount of money to buy their wholesale products. Right now, Plexus has discounted that to $1. So that's another great incentive to get started. The $20 off code, we are only able to offer if you order this month, because we do only have limited amounts of those codes to share. But we definitely want to get those out to as many people as we can. You do not have to join as a VIP customer to order. You can also order as a retail customer. I don't really ever recommend that way to anybody, because you're going to pay a lot more for your products. You're not going to get free product points every time you get your monthly order. You get free product points if you're a VIP customer. And I tell you, when I cash out my perk points, I'm like, because it's amazing. But of course, I went over that very quickly. So any questions, let me know, or whoever invited you to the call. And Ashley or Sarah, if I missed anything, fill in the gaps for me.
Trying to unmute myself. All right, so I'm going to announce the winner of our raffle. We had one person, and it's Lisa. You win a $25 Amazon gift card.
Woo, Lisa. That is awesome.
Yay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'll touch base with you and get your email, and I'll send that over to you tonight.
That's great. Thank
I
you.
was hoping that Lisa would win. That makes me very happy.
Giveaways. That's another wonderful thing, is all these groups. So there's always giveaways.
So I guess I